This year marks the 100th anniversary of the International Metre Rule, the rule under which so many famous and beautiful boats have been designed. Organised by the International Metre Organisation, the event hoped to attract a large fleet of metre yachts, ranging from the one-man 2.4 metres through the 5.5, 6s, 8s and the 12-metre classes. Unfortunately, issues of timing and conflicts with some of the class's own events made for a lower turnout than hoped, and the dreadful weather being experienced across the country this summer brought gales to the Solent, which reduced the number of races that could be sailed. Nevertheless, the regatta played host to 80 boats across 8 classes, and Cowes Yacht Haven saw some beautiful and historic yachts gathered for the event. Racing was run by the Royal Yacht Squadron, with races scheduled from Tuesday to Friday.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, 2 windward-leeward races were run in the eastern Solent, with wind speed building through the day to top 20 knots in the afternoon, causing some boats to suffer damage in the fierce Solent chop. Following this, the classes requested an upper wind limit of 18 knots to avoid further damage. Strong winds and driving rain swept the Solent on Wednesday, causing racing to be abandoned, and conditions were even worse on Thursday, again keeping the fleets in harbour. On Friday, the conditions didn't allow the planned sail pass to take place, but one race was run around a short course from the squadron line. The wind was in the high teens and gusting into the 20s, so a scheduled second race had to be abandoned as the wind continued to build. In the 12-metre class, the 3 races were dominated by Richard Matthews' Crusader, which took the overall prize, although the gaff cutter Kelpie did have the pleasure of rounding the first mark of the last race in the lead. Sceptre, the British 12-metre which challenged for the America's Cup in 1958, took second overall, ahead of Kelpie in third. 9 boats raced in the 8-metre class, with Saskia dominating the fleet with 3 wins from 3 races. Saskia was shipped from Australia by her owners John and Michael Stephen to race in the 8-metre Worlds on the Clyde earlier this month, where she was the top Classic 8 in the regatta, on the waters where she was built 76 years ago. Ilderim, which was built in 1936 in Sweden to race in the Olympics, was second, with Penuccia taking third. 9 boats raced in the modern 6-metre fleet, where the Swedish Jungfrun took the honours, ahead of the British boat Battlecry. The win made up for Jungfrun's 11th place in the 6-metre Worlds held here last week, in which Battlecry also took second. Wildcat 2 took third in this class on countback from Bluebird, with whom they were tied on points. The classic 6-metre fleet had 19 entries, although only 14 raced due to the conditions. This fleet was dominated by the 1952 boat Tisha, which had taken 4th place in the Worlds last week. Second was the 1947 vintage Thistle, with Karin 2, built in 1936, coming in third. The 2 5-metres were incorporated with the 2 5.5 metres, which upset the 5-metre owners who couldn't compete with the faster boats. It would have been better to award separate prizes for the 2 classes. The 5.5-metre Mallaroo III beat Corrigan, while the 5-metre Censor beat Blavinge. The local daring fleet swelled the competition's numbers, with 20 boats entered, but only 17 racing. This fleet saw a battle between number 30 Darius, number 9 Dynamite and number 29 Defender, with Darius coming out on top with 2 firsts and a second, ahead of Dynamite, with Defender taking third. The smallest metre boats racing were the one-man 2.4 metres, which had 15 boats on the water. Racing for this fleet was run by the Cowes Corinthian Yacht Club, who managed to run 3 races on the Tuesday before bad weather put an end to their regatta. France 13 dominated this fleet with 3 straight wins, with winning margins ranging from 42 seconds to over 3 minutes. It was great to see a selection of metre boats assembled in Cowes, but a real shame that the weather didn't cooperate, or that the organisers didn't achieve their dream of properly celebrating the 100th anniversary of a rule which has created so many wonderful yachts.